So, Josh, we'll stay with the Times now, and an award for that tireless advocate for human rights, Gary Lineker.
Indeed, tiresome. Gary Lineker, Human Rights Award. Reignites row with the MP. So the former footballer will accept a Sport and Human Rights Award in Rome on Wednesday from Amnesty International, that wonderful anti-Semitic organisation, allegedly. And, yes, so there people are saying, well, why, what's he getting this award for? And the thing is, like, now that he's allowed to tweet about whatever, for me personally, yeah, tweet whatever you want. Like, this idea, I don't mind. But the idea that he's this great hero, and certainly there's sort of as this hero of asylum seekers. What did he have? What? 2 people come on
for a PhD student for a long weekend.
Yeah, or something like that. The idea is, like, just doing the tweets isn't exactly walking the walk in that way.
This is the whole world we let. I mean, the Meghan thing, when we did the story, didn't we, about the Meghan car chase through, the middle of Manhattan at rush hour. But she was coming away from an award ceremony where, again, she was being honoured for being this kind of extraordinary role model, a template for young women and so on in Ms magazine. You think, well, what does she possibly demonstrate?
Yeah, but him and sport. So, but if they wanted to give it to somebody who's actually put in their mouth where, you know, where their foot is or whatever. Sharon Davis, the swimmer, who has been fighting tirelessly for women's rights. Women are human, aren't they? They have human rights. She's been putting herself out there, losing work, getting huge abuse and whatever. She's fighting that for human rights. So that's the. But of course, they're never going to give an award to someone like that.
Well, should they not at some point have actually encountered some cost or threat or possibility of loss, Gary Lineker, in order to be...
That would be nice. Can we arrange that?
Well, absolutely. But he doesn't, does he? There's no threat at all. There's no downside to it.
It's just like you said, it's self-congratulatory people handing woke awards to each other, and Lineker's become this weird culture war barometer. And actually, I looked at the comments in the Times, and they were all saying, oh, this will wind up the gammons and something about Brexit. So the Times seems to have become the blob newspaper, and Gary Lineker's very much the sort of favoured blob. Like, I think it's obvious that everyone thinks Lineker's an idiot, but in my five-a-side football group in North London, they all love him. I'm like, OK, so he's sort of...
eating Walker's crisps.
Yeah, I didn't think anyone could possibly find his takes, interesting, but they like, Lineker's right. I'm like... So takes all sorts,
I guess. It depends whether you've been following his views on football for long enough, and maybe they just sort of smoothly allied into...
No, but Gary Lineker was a hero of my childhood in Italia 90, but then you grow up, and like so many people, whether it's Savile or Schofield or Lineker, you find they're not quite what you thought.
No, or the author of Northern Lights.
Not that I'm accusing Lineker of anything like that, of course, just to be clear. We don't get sued. I'm just accusing him of being a bit of an